Glad to have you back from the break. Now let's take a look at the pages of today's newspaper. And today we have the Punch newspaper and the New York Times. And I'll be starting with the pages of the Punch newspaper, in which the major headline is on the ongoing fuel crisis. The headline reads, marketers project 700 billion naira monthly subsidy. Right under it, NNPC mom as dealers insist government still paying subsidy. Reps probe crude shortage. Dangote's eye foreign market for refinery products. Federal government meets Kyari Dangote over dispute. At the top corner of the Punch newspaper, windfall tax. Federal government insists on sanctions for defaulty bank chiefs. Organized private sector opposes fresh interest rate hike, says Cardoso, who is the CBN governor. Right under it, there's this story that says global banks to inject $7.5 billion into Nigerian power sector. And at the side corner, Nigerian records $1 billion international transfer inflows in 3 months. Hunger protest, NLC warns against clampdown. And the Metro News says immigration officer, 3 others arraigned for drug trafficking. Mastermind of Abuja General's murder named in Kano State. And finally, from Edo Global Post, Ighodalo's candidacy upheld Shuaibu's fined 1 million naira. Of course, you can be a part of our conversations via our different social media platforms, and also let us know the headline that piqued your interest the most. And the headline that piqued my interest the most this morning, I know you'll be expecting me to talk about Dangote willing to sell off the refinery to an NPC, but let's calm it down a little bit. I'll be taking my notes from the Metro saying the story here says immigration officer, 3 others arraigned for drug trafficking. The National Drug Law Enforcement Agency on Monday has arraigned a senior immigration officer whose name is Benga Akomolafe before the Federal High Court in Lagos for allegedly trafficking 8 kilometers of methamphetamine and 7.60 kilograms of cannabis sativa, also known as marijuana. Akomolafe, who is currently serving at the Muritala Muhammad International Airport in Ikeja, Lagos, was arraigned alongside Babatunde Olufemi, said to be a staff member of the Federal Airport Authority of Nigeria, Nwadwezi Amechi, and Nwosu Cyril. The defendants, who are facing 9 counts bordering on conspiracy, unlawful possession, import and dealing in prohibited substances, were arraigned before Justice Daniel Osago. The NDLEA Prosecution Counsel, Abu Ibrahim, told the court that the defendants, who were allegedly members of the hard drug syndicate, were arrested on May 21, 2024, while attempting to smuggle prohibited substances out of the Muritala Muhammad Airport in Ikeja, Lagos. I intentionally picked the story for one reason. It is believed that in every 12, there's always a Judas, right? And I strongly do believe because okay, I'm forced to love documentaries. I'm forced to watch documentaries. And recently, I saw a documentary that talked about drug. That mean it was a lady, she did drug all her young life, and then she was caught later in life. And there's only one pointer to this. There cannot be free passage of drugs interstate, intra-country, and whatever without an in-house. And this is what played out here. In Ikeja, this is the airport in Lagos, and now we are catching syndicates, helping them to traffic drugs. It means they are not even safe. There are CCTV cameras everywhere. There are security personnel. If you've been there, it looks as if they are everywhere, and yet we are finding workers there helping them to smuggle drugs in and out of Nigeria. This is appalling. And I love the fact that they were caught. I'm very sure there are more of them in the place. Not even the workers alone. We have more in the top. We have more in the board. We have more. In fact, the pilots that fly most of these planes, they have a hand in it. Because where do they put them? They go through scrutiny, don't they? Their boxes are always passed. They're always checked, right? Or let's just say, because I work there, maybe I just go directly to the plane and keep it in one corner of the plane, and deliver it to the buyer of this drug or to the seller of this drug. So they should do more investigation, and then all eyes should be on ground to fish out more people. That will be my major headline this morning.
All right, let's quickly fly because I honestly don't want to touch on that. All right, so the major headline on the New York Times read, Biden bows out, late reversal upends race for White House as President endorses Harris to lead ticket. Facing pressure, he writes, it's time to come together and beat Trump. Beneath that, Vice President suddenly enters spotlight after years in shadows. Bottom of the newspaper, which is the last headline on the newspaper, has rank and file Democrats great news with hope and hesitation, divided over whether move was too late. So I just want to talk a bit about Vice President suddenly enters spotlight after years in shadows. So Vice President Kamala Harris is thrust into the spotlight as President Biden steps aside, endorsing her as the Democratic nominee to challenge former President Trump. So he said in one of his social media posts that today I want to offer my full support and endorsement for Kamala to be the nominee of our party this year. Democrats, it's time to come together and beat Trump. So we all know the story that, what's his name now? Biden has decided to step aside, you know, to allow whatever, because he's yet to give us the full details yet on the reason why, you know. We are just speculating that, oh, maybe it's due to pressure or whatever that, you know, whatever that has been going on. So he just said that he has given full support to the vice president. Yeah. You know, 4 years now, we've really not heard a lot of things about Kamala. It has just been Biden all the way. So now Kamala is out there, and you know, with the support of the Democrats, because they, you know, before now they have already been saying, you should say we're not going to come out Biden, put another person. So now that they have Kamala, there's a lot more of togetherness, you know, and this is what's his name now, Biden coming out and now tell them that, okay, now they have stepped aside and Kamala is on this seat, it's time for us to come together and beat Trump. So this is giving me, it's time for us to, we are not friends, but let's come together to just, do you get, it's just the way Blessed CEO will say, the enemy, if the both of us are enemies, and if the both of us we are enemies, normal, and the person I don't want to fight is also your enemy, we'll become friends automatically. So I feel like that's what's going on. And honestly speaking, this is becoming more interesting, and I can't wait to see what is going to come on next.
Like our guest mentioned yesterday, she said sponsors to sponsor female